I'm back. I'm back and better than ever. I'm joking. Not really better, just the same. We're back with What If Doom Had a Kid, Part 3. Last time we left off, we talked about how Doom's kid is kind of putting out these plans. And Doom is somewhat agreeing with them, saying, okay, yeah, fine. But Doom has arrogance. Doom is very arrogant, very cocky, believes he's the best, and doesn't like to limit his own abilities. He likes to conquer. But he has to say this, his son is making sense. Anytime he makes a ginormous plan, hey, let's do this big plan, it always fails in front of his face. So what he's doing now is just, okay, I'll listen to you. As Doom Kid says, okay, you're gonna do things you're not gonna like. You're gonna let mutants in. We're gonna do some compromises. Basically a cookie for a cookie thing. Right now, Doom's Kid is saying, hey, here's something you don't like, something I get at something with, and here's something you do like. Equal out? Yeah, it equals out. So he allows it. Um, and Doom and his kid says, okay, let's start out. Let's begin this what if. As Gabriel. Gabriel starts, and I quote here, going to places where he knows it's a high amount of immune population with a high amount of like a prosecution as well as murders to them. And he gives them hope. He actually walks up to a man that is keeping them protected. He has a massive group where he's basically, what he's doing is this. He's keeping them protected and then shipping them off into this area where they work and they do jobs, but they constantly are moving so the government don't find them. It's an older looking man, about late 30s, almost 40s, as he's missing an eye. He has an eye patch on as Gabriel walks up to him and says, "How are you doing?" "Well, I'm missing an eye, you fuckface, so maybe not as well as you think." So yeah, okay, I understand. Latveria is changing. Latveria is changing. He almost says like a strict voice, like, "You be quiet, I am right." "Yeah, okay. I'll see when I believe it. Then you better start believing it. Can we make a deal?" "What is it?" "You get mutants out as best as physically possible for free." "Right. Yeah, I guess. We'll pay you $20 for every mutant you bring to Latveria." "Yeah, right." As he grabs a bag and he shoves it on the table. "That's 13 million." He opens the bag as one of his eyes go wide. "Okay. Okay, I'll do that." As he starts. As well as Doom brings out that with this new constitution that he's going to put in, as his people are actually enjoying this, he's gaining freedoms, the people have to take a sacrifice of himself and accept mutants into their population with no prosecution, with no pain or suffering. Because guess what? Any person who lives in Latveria is a Latveria citizen and does not need to be punished for what they have. And some of the Latveria citizens like, but most of them are cheering. They're Doom. Doom is basically their god. So what Doom says goes. So Doom doing the same tactic as Doom's son, a cookie for a cookie. You give me something I want. We want soldiers. We want military effort. We need mutants for that. Uh, in that fact, I'll give you a constitution. You have now more rights. And now we conquer. So right now, Doom is pushing his borders. The reason why Doom is pushing his borders is because Latveria is good-ish. Resources are great. Food is pretty good, but it's still old style. It's 1600s in a basic sense. And Doom and his son is trying to make this modernized because most countries are modernized. So let's try to do this better. So right now, the mutants are getting paid as soldiers. They're using their mutant-like abilities to conquer other places, and Doom is now moving their borders. Failing in some occasions, basically putting in those holes saying we're not as powerful as you think, but achieving on things that they need to achieve on. And basically moving their borders about 200 miles more land. Not a massive sum. It's pretty good for them, but now they can build up their infrastructure. And this is where Gabriel comes in. You gotta understand, and even Doom understands this immensely. Doom is fucking scary. Doom is fucking frightening. You have to understand this. But Gabriel, he's not soft-spoken, but he's a good fucking man. He looks good, he's intelligent, he's charismatic, but there's still this power of Doom behind him. So guess what? He brings it up to his countries. And the countries, they are scared. So they sign peace treaties with Dr. Doom's son to say, okay, we'll only push to this far and nothing else. The peace treaty goes like this. When you find a mutant, you send it over to us free of charge. We send a mutant because you prosecute them and we want them. And any mutant that comes to you and says, I'm a mutant, you instantly send to us and you cannot kill them. If you kill them, we take more of your land. And they make the deal. And now more mutants kinds are starting to figure out that this is going on. And America, England, Iceland is a mutant peace treaty in my opinion. Other countries, Russia, are hearing about this and are getting freaked. And Doom is bit loving it. Because his plan that he made is coming to fruition. As his and his son, he says, and I quote here, my father, we need to go with the countries of the entire world are having a meeting in about 7 days. I will go to the meeting with the countries. As Dr. James says, as this is some tension. The reason why there's tension here is because Dr. Doom has figured out that his son is a fucking genius. And his son is very intelligent, very intellectually smart, same as him. But that means he's also that level of smart, he could take over him. So there's tension there. So while he's saying this, there's some tension there. So why do you think I cannot go to the UN meeting? And I should go, I think you go to the X-Men. I think you should go to Magneto. As his eyes raise, why is that? Because they're more important. The countries that we're talking about, the United States, anything could be crushed by one mutant of our kind if we angle it correctly. These mutant kinds, these people, are going to be our allies, if we like it or not. Okay, my boy. Okay. As his voice is a little bit gravelly as you hear him say, I agree. As 7 days go by, as you hear Boots cleaning on heels as he's in the UN meeting, as you see Russia and everyone else from multiple different countries there, 16 different countries there at that meeting, as he pulls up a chair as it's him, as it's Gabriel. As Gabriel sits down, he says, "So what? What is this meeting going to be about? I don't have much time to waste." As most of the countries are stepping back, like, what the fuck, this cocky, arrogant bastard? As Gabriel is right now writing down plans, he's looking at everyone's face. You don't think of your people, you think of everything else. Now, Gabriel is not here for Doctor Doom. He loves Doctor Doom, not loves him, but he sees him as a, valuable asset to have. But he loves Latveria. He loves the people, the city, the places, and he tries to make it better because he loves Latveria, not because he likes Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is good. Doctor Doom made Latveria better. But guess what? Latveria is what his home is. Latveria is where his family is. Doctor Doom is not. So he's sitting there, almost like a king on a throne, kind of leaning in his chair, and says, "Talk." As United says, "I hear you are bringing in mutants," and he says, "Yes, and?" Almost interrupting. Well, we think that's a massive issue. Why? Why is it a massive issue? Looks over at the other countries. Explain. Almost starts yelling at this point. Explain to me now why this is a massive issue. As finally England stepped up. Because I'm becoming a superpower because you didn't do what I did. Mutants in your countries are persecuted and killed every fucking day. In my country, they're shown as soldiers and warriors. And most of my countrymen see them as great people because they use their powers to protect. Unless those criminals come into place and they die instantaneously, and those mutants are counted as scum on this planet to wipe off our boots with them. So you're saying to me that all mutants are scum? Even the good ones? Even the bad ones? Every one of them is equal? Denied. No people are equal. You are retarded, as some of the countries standing up, especially Russia. You are an arrogant bastard who needs to step in my place, right? Well, maybe if you stepped in my place, were a man like me, you becoming as powerful as us. Some of the men are, what's going on? Why? Whispering goes on. Is this meeting over with? As the United States stands up, it's like, no, it's not. We've been talking with S.H.I.E.L.D., right? Fucking Global Defense Union, my ass. Only uses the only Google superpowers to fucking protect, right? Now tell me this. Tell me this. How many years has it taken you to accept people with or without superpowers? If I remember correctly, it's only been a couple of years since you were still fighting the Hulk, trying to kill the bastard. It's not been so much longer since you're still trying to attack the X-Men. And it seems like it was last Tuesday since I saw one of those giant purple fucking robots fly and try to kill a country. So I ask you this. Why in the flying fuck would I listen to your assholes when my country has been in peace for years, has just went into a war with multiple different countries and conquered them, and then signed a peace treaty that only wins on our side? Why would I listen to, as he points to America, hasn't won a war since 1945, points at Russia, has never really won a war by itself, points at England, and is a fucking pussy. So, sorry if I insulted your country. Not exactly, but factual information has been put out into place. So guess what? I'm done with your shit. As he marches out, as he blasts out, as he opens the door, as he sees the Avengers. As he says, as he almost calms down, his arrogance has been there. He's shown that, but he calms down. Yes, Captain America. As he instantly sees him, as Captain America, internally, he knows. Captain sees him another Doctor Doom. He's not, but it's hard to shake that. He is his son. We need to talk. Of course, as he looks at their full roster, as he sees someone that shouldn't be there. Heard about him. Spider-Man. Of course. I have time. As he smiles, as this is where we're going to end off the video now. I hope you guys like it. Please watch any of my other videos. Give me comments if you want them. Other commented ideas. As well as ChatGPT is useful. Goodbye.